Rail Up is with an artist named G-Star.
Okay.
So, you know, I've been doing my thing or whatever, like, for a few years now, and I see G-Star around, but we never, like, really knew each other. So, G-Star had his DJ name, Versatile, you know, confront me, was like, yo, you know, you should do a song with my artist named G-Star or whatever. And at first, I had my, like, inhibitions because G-Star is very controversial. He's a very controversial artist. And, but then I was like, you know what, let me do it. And so G-Star and I got together, and he was just like, he has always wanted to do, like, you know, like a very provocative song, you know? And so we listened to a couple rhythms, and one played, and he was like, this is it, that you would sound dope on this. So we got into the booth, and we started, like, recording, and, like, you know, this is Rail Up. It's on Arms House Records, so big up Arms House Records. And yeah, it's funny, like, I didn't know, I think, like, our vibe and our voices, like, complement each other so well, but I didn't know that it would, you know what I'm saying, going into it. So we actually got lucky, like, because you can do a collab with somebody and it just doesn't gel, or it feels like, you know, or it feels like they're still recording it, or you know what I'm saying, like, yeah. So, but we got lucky on this one.
Well, that sounds good. I mean, I guess what, we should hear it before we continue, or?
Yo, man, we're gonna get straight into this track. This track is popping. You know what I'm saying? Where can they find this track?
It's available on iTunes, of course. I mean, you can find it on YouTube. Search Nefatari, G-Star, Rail Up, RAILUP. Hashtag it. Search the hashtag on Instagram. It's all over Instagram.
The link in your bio.
The video is dropping soon, yeah.
So what does Rail Up mean? Just
Rail Up is a term in Jamaica that means, like, it's kind of like when you rail up, it's kind of like you moan out, or it's like an expression of, like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? When your dude or your woman gives you that good, and you know what I'm saying? You rail up. It's an expression, yeah.
Okay.
All right, everybody, about to get into this new track. Nefatari, G-Star, it's called Rail Up. Let's go, let's go.
Cocky up inna your belly, inna your belly. Oh, you jumping like a bat, up and down. Cocky up inna your belly, make you rail.
The fuck is here like a 10 of show.
Cocky up inna your belly, make you rail. And the Jesus are you, me and nail. Good money to your pussy, cocky get a nail. Long road and green out, your wail.
Turn up the drink, the roof make stay. Foot on your shoulder, just cut it away. Got your fuck remind me, I should keep running. Every time you fuck me, you know me clean up.
Cocky up inna your belly, inna your belly. Oh, you jumping like a bat, up and down. Cocky up inna your belly, make you rail.
The fuck is here like a 10 of show.
Cocky up inna your belly, make you rail. And the Jesus are you, me and nail. Good money to your pussy, cocky get a hail. Long road and green out, your wail.
Turn up the drink, the roof make stay.
Cocky up inna your belly. Oh, you jumping like a bat, up and down. Cocky up inna your belly, make you rail.
The fuck is here like a 10 of show.
Cocky up inna your belly, make you rail. And the Jesus are you, me and nail. Good money to your pussy, cocky get a hail. Long road and green out, your wail.
Turn up the drink, the roof make stay. Foot on your shoulder, just cut it away. Got your fuck remind me, I should keep running. Every time you fuck me, I know me peel up.
You say people should go harder, you tell me. Your man body too harder, you tell me. When me a fuck you, how you go? Open up your mouth, you tell me.
Me don't care what you want, let me tell you. We will take it put in the line, let me tell you. Pop my blood, call me out to honor, let me tell you. The pussy shit like a ball, let me tell you.
Cocky up inna your belly, make you raise up. And the Jesus are you, me and nail. Put money to your pussy, cocky get a hail. Long road and
We're pushing that hard right now. We just actually shot the video for that, and that should be dropping any day now. So
Sounds good. Where was the video done?
right in Queens, actually, right in Queens at a studio.
Wow.
Okay.
So who would you consider your influences?
So I grew up listening to, I love Lauryn Hill. I love Lauryn Hill. I'm a big Lauryn Hill groupie. But I also,
She's amazing.
yeah, she is. But like I said, I grew up in a Jamaican household, so I grew up listening to like Dennis Brown, Sanchez, Bob Marley. You know,
the good tunes.
yeah, and then like, you know, I grew up out here, so of course I listened to like, you know, Nas and, you know, those type of people that not the rock song, the Lost Boys, that was like my favorite group, you know, so yeah. I grew up on a lot of things, hip hop, R&B, reggae, dancehall.
So my thing is, when you write, where do you get your inspiration?
My life and other people's lives.
So when you wailing up, you
Rail up.
when you railing up.
Real.
When you doing that you're inspired.
Am I inspired wait. You're saying when I actually am railing up, like the real up?
Okay,
am I inspired? Wait, where is this going? Where is this?
Inspired about that too.
Right, are you saying am I inspired when I'm railing up?
When you sing a song like Rail Up,
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
Where does that inspiration come
Where
from?
would your inspiration be coming from?
I mean, real life again, real life. Like you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying.
Listen, I would be lying. You would be lying unless you're a virgin, which is totally possible. Anybody in here could be a virgin.
Right here.
Not a virgin.
Right here.
If you're not a virgin, you've experienced railing up.
Not always.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. No, because that's what I'm saying. Like to get that.
She got a point.
I'm just saying. That's why I'm like, have you had an experience where it's like, okay, I rail up. I'm just saying.
No holds barred, man.
She wants to know date and time.
Yeah, I get my inspirations come from real life.
Okay,
And from other people's real life. I think that's real. Like,
oh my God.
I think a lot of people have experienced.
Well, lucky
railing up.
you. Lucky you. I'm
Wow.
just saying.
Is that like a subliminal? Are you trying to tell us something?
No, I'm just saying, like, here's my thing, like, anyone who writes or sings or something and they get their life inspiration from it, it's gotta come from something.
Right.
So, like, to sing something so, and, your voice sounds sexy in it. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So, like, for that to, it has to come from
No, but you know what? To be honest, like I'm generally not that type of person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that did have to be pulled out of
From
me in
something.
the studio. Yeah. Not to say that it's not there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely there in me, right? Because I had to be able to like pull off that emotion on the song.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that like whenever you hear somebody on a song, that doesn't necessarily have to be like who they are all the time. You feel me?
No, not all the time, but
no. I hear what you're saying. But so I'm saying like I did pull inspiration for that song from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I did.
Oh, that's a good thing. Good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Somewhere deep down.
Are you seeing anyone?
Am I see? Yeah.
For the
I am.
masses?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
All right.
For the masses.
I mean, for the masses who's listening, they might want to
I
know.
mean, it's for the millions, not the masses.
Your manager who's here. How did you guys? I guess.
It's a funny story. MC like has been one of my big supporters like for years.
Groupie.
I remember. I didn't want to say that.
Go ahead, say it. I admit it.
He was like a fan.
Yeah.
Real talk, he was like a he was like my biggest fan. And I dead serious used to be sitting there on my phone like, yo, this guy is like retweeting. This time Instagram wasn't hot. Like
Twitter.
was hot. I'm like, why does this person MC Life keep retweeting my songs 20 times a day, every single day? Literally.
Wow.
I used to be like, oh my God, I swear to God, he's gonna like ask me for money or something. Like, yo, I done retweeted your stuff. You could like hit me up with something. Like, I swear he was gonna ask me for money. He never did.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I really respect this dude. And he always used to try to get me to like come out and perform, and it just never worked. I was either in Jamaica or for some reason it just didn't work out. And then finally, everybody has their ups and downs or whatever. And like I was like in the middle of one of my down periods, like with the music, it wasn't really going too well. Or at least in my eyes, it wasn't going too well. And he had like just happened to hit me up, like he always keeps in touch or whatever. And he was like, "What you doing with the music?" And I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna keep doing music. You know what I'm saying? This is like almost a year ago. Like actually a year ago. This time it was like either like it was
summer.
holiday,
It was summertime.
Memorial Day weekend or July 4th weekend. And he was like, "Nah, don't give up. Like I'll help you. Like just please don't give up." And like, a year later, I got my song playing on Hot 97.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very
That's
amazing.
So, I mean, what would your advice be to anyone coming up as far as getting a manager or not having a manager? Because, some people decide not to do that.
Well, I think you definitely have to start where you are and start by yourself. If you don't necessarily need a manager. You know what I'm saying? You might not need one right now.
I was doing before.
No, I was doing it for years on my own.
Okay.
So definitely, like whether you have a manager or not, don't let having a manager stop you from you working for yourself as well. You put in effort, and if you don't have a manager, you still put in effort. You know what I'm saying? Towards, so it's like, just start where you are. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can where you are.
And what does that mean? Like,
so like, do what you can.
What were you doing
are.
before you had a manager?
I was retweeting my own stuff. That's how he knows about me. Nobody was tweeting it for me. I was hitting up bloggers on Twitter. Like if I saw, like, say it was like, I'm just making this up, like reggae.com, they were on Twitter. I was like, hey, at reggae.com, I'm Nefatari, how can I sing my new music? You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, my stuff is like on every blog site, and people are like, oh my, like, how is your stuff on these blog sites? Because I hit them up myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you want it, you definitely have to go get it.
Oh, that's good to know.
GGD.
What was your first song?
My very first song was Want Him on the Gangsta Beat rhythm with, it was a juggling, because you know in Jamaica they do juggling rhythms, and it was by Payday Music, and it was crazy because that was actually my first rhythm, and I was on a rhythm with like Bounty Killer, Elephant Man, Egyptian, like huge Mavado, huge people. So that was a huge first step for me. And then when I left Jamaica, I came to New York, and I like hit up Bobby Condas, and I'm like, oh my God, yo, I'm on this rhythm with like, you know, Egyptian, Bounty Killer, Mavado, can you play it? And like he was like, meet me in front of Hot 97. So I like drove to Manhattan, stood outside Hot 97, and waited for him. And he came, I handed him the CD or whatever. It's in 2007, and I handed him the CD, and I was like, all right. So like I left, went home, and remember at that time, I think he still does it. At that time he was playing like 10 to 12.
Okay.
And I sat home and listened to the radio, like waiting for him, like to see if he was gonna play it. And all of a sudden he was like, yo, shout out to Nefatari, big up Strong Island.
Oh, nice.
I was like crying in tears, you know. And that was like the first time like that was like my first song on a juggling, first time I ever got played on the radio or whatever. So yeah, anything can happen.
So who would you consider your support team?
My support team is definitely MC. I have people in Florida who support me. They were like really like my support system before I met MC. Portmore,
Nephi Nation.
Darren, yeah, the whole all my support is Nephi. I call them Nephi Nation. Nephi Nation.
Hashtag Nephi Nation.
Hashtag Nephi Nation. Yeah, I mean I have a lot of people who support me. I'd be like, it would be messed up if I named some people and left others out. But you know, I have a lot of people that support me.
And if this wasn't your route, if this wasn't the path that you went, is there anything else you would have wanted to do in life? Because I mean, creativity could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know someone who's very into certain things, and he ends up cutting hair, and he's very stylistic with it. You know, so like, creativity can like be versatile. So, was there any ever?
Nah, the music was always like my number one, like my dream or whatever. Yeah, the music was always my dream. So I always wanted to do that. But I like fashion. I definitely want to like own my own business. So I mean, you know, one day. So yeah.
I mean, I think that's soon gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Thank you. Fingers crossed.
Well, so I don't know. Do we have any other songs?
I think you might have What You Think About Me. Maybe, I'm not sure. We can get into Rail Up again. I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. First of all,